at Rehan School Academy Foundation. I was first class. As you know, we do an interview with any amazing guest. So today we are having a guest. Basically, he's a CEO, entrepreneur, and heart-driven leader. The visionary is founder and CEO of Samohi International, former execute at Pakistan Cosmetic Products, and a dedicated volunteer at Rehan School Academy. Let's welcome Sir Moosa. Sir, Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you
Walaikum
doing?
assalam. Peace be unto you, Huzaifa, and all your viewers. Alhamdulillah, I am doing well. I hope everything is great with you as well.
Sir, I have a request for you. Can you give us so we can know you better?
Gee, I think my basic introduction is the relevant introduction should be enough that my name is Moosa Ilyas. I am over 50 years old, very old man. I'm currently in Toronto. And I am related to this Rehan School Online Academy's founder, Mr. Rehan Allahwala. He is my nephew. His mother is my cousin, so I've known him all my life. Rehan was also very much into this IT stuff. I was also a bit of a nerd, so I enjoyed these things too. And a few years ago, or about 2 years ago, Rehan started this online schooling thing a while ago. But it was about a year and a half ago that I got an opportunity to visit one of his physical campuses, Korangi campus of Rehan School. When I saw that, and this whole concept that he was creating, the curriculum, um, OSUG, connectivity, TED Talks, podcasting, interviewing, and this curriculum, and then the kids over there who I met. Korangi in Karachi, there's a very underprivileged area where he has made this school. What a fantastic job he's done. I saw the kids, I saw what he was doing, and there was no question in my mind. It was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen. A transformatory thing. So it was amazing. It was just. This was something which I saw, and it attracted me so much. Anybody who volunteers time or gives any kind of dedication to this cause is an amazing thing. I think it's a fantastic thing, and so that's why I'm spending my time in it. Plus, I get to meet these cutie five bachas.
For your great introduction. So first of all, मुझे इतना मुझे इतना अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि मैं आपको फॉलो करता है मैंने आपके इंटरव्यूज देखे थे उधर से इंस्पायर के मैंने आपके साथ इंटरव्यू करने का ट्राई किया एंड थैंक यू फॉर one more time for giving your precious time for me to do an interview with me. So let's start. So basically, my first question to you is, can you take us back in your to us in your back early days in Karachi? Like, what inspired you to dream big and eventually move to Canada?
We would dream big. So my move to Canada, I guess it is थोड़ा history में तो जाना पड़ेगा, and it goes back to 1996. हालांकि I'm much older than that. I was 26 years old, and the reason I moved to Canada was because I got married. My wife lived in Canada. I mean, she wasn't my wife then, but she lived in Canada. So to get married, I came to Canada. I got married in Canada in 1996. I got married and took my wife and brought her to Pakistan. And I was living there only. And it was, after a while, and I had my kids and everything. They all grew up there. They all went to the same school I did in Karachi. It was called the Karachi American School. And then in my 30s, all my kids because they were all Canadians. I was the only buddy who had that beautiful green passport. So I thought it's not wise to not uh, have a Canadian passport. So in 2007, I was this friend of mine and I got into business together where we were making frozen foods. Desi foods were breads. Basically, it was a vegetarian items, frozen breads and all, called taza, which were being sold into North America. So with that business, we moved, because यहाँ पे रहने के लिए भी कुछ करना तो है. So we did that over here. He got out of the business. I also sold it in about 5 6 years ago. But that was a wonderful thing, and that's how the whole Canada thing happened. It was just a fantastic experience. Yeah. So I never dreamed to live in Canada. That wasn't one of my dreams. I always preferred the US to Canada. But after moving and having the exposure, there's no question in my mind it's the best country in the world.
Thank you, sir, for a great answer. So, our next question to you is, what was the turning point that you led to establish like Samoa Internationals?
So that turning point was Samoa International because it's a proprietorship. So that basically happened when. So I've had many partners in my businesses. The only issues I've ever had has been with partners in the family because those are the people who aren't the most truthful. And my external partners, friends, and all, I've had fantastic experiences. So because of this and because of these issues, I just wanted to separate and have my own entity. I have a brand in Karachi called Splash, वो hand wash वगैरह बनाते थे. So उसके लिए वो company खोली थी. But now to my focus is in neither of these things. I'm really not interested in any of those businesses anymore. And we'll see what the future holds.
So, my next question to you is a very amazing question. That what do you think about like online AI education?
I am a very big believer of it. I was not earlier. Like Call Annie and all these things, I used to think was a joke because of internet connectivity and things weren't functioning so well. As internet connectivity has improved and as the AI technology, I'm 100% for it. I think it is the most amazing thing in the world, especially for language learning. It is incredible for any learning. To learn today, artificial intelligence is a key tool available to all of us in our pockets. So I think the result that it gives people, like I'm sure you were telling me, Josefa, who is 12. How old are you? I'm sorry for asking, but are you 11, 12?
Actual.
Well, mashallah. So this 12-year-old kid is programming and making calculators and weather apps and tic-tac-toe games and whatnot. 12-year-old who doesn't know programming ka P. But now through the use of AI, and if you talk to this kid and ask him, he says, "Oh, it's not a problem. All you have to do is do this, do this, do that, and there you go. It's done. Why is it so difficult?" So this is incredible, and this is possible due to AI. So it is AI which has taken a lot of repetitive tools and uses its own intelligence. यहाँ तक कि if there is an error, so in the olden days, C++ programmers and HTML programmers had to sit and go through the code to figure out what's wrong. Today, you have to do nothing. You take a snapshot of your error and you send it back to chat. And you say, "Here, what is this error? Hey, Claude, what's going on? Fix it." And Claude says, "Oh, wait, give me 10 minutes." It does the and so it's amazing the technology where it's gone and where it's going. So I think it is the most amazing thing in the world. Anybody who does not use it is going to be left behind, no question about it.
Like everyone knows that the future is of AI technologies, and at this age, young age, you should learn AI because as every person, we should be learning AI so we could be better and professional in that. After like 5 to 6 years, people will machine dependent, so people will regret why at that time, and now they are regretting. So I have like I'm saying, and this thing that will make you a successful man in like few years, and this is my all of us that be expert in AI. You will see what is AI. So My next question to you is like, how would you describe your leadership philosophy in like one sentence?
Um, one sentence: there is no I in team. uh, that would be the one sentence I would use as a leadership philosophy. A true leader, in my opinion, is one not who succeeds himself, but the team succeeds. So a leader is somebody who provides vision, who gives you direction, doesn't necessarily do all the physical work, all of it, but it's the person with the vision and the thought, and then but nothing can be achieved without the team. So there is a very it's a very famous line: there is no I in team. Spelling mein I nahi hota hai na, so there is no I in when you spell team. So it's not about individuals, it's teamwork. Collaboration is what grows. Even you, Josefa, alone is nothing. It's the team of people who are spending time with Josefa, who are guiding when he gets stuck. Somebody is helping, including your own colleagues, your fellow students who are helping each other. So that teamwork is what's making the entire structure grow very fast. So it's not about individual. There is individual growth, obviously the whole team, every individual grows, and then the institution and the organization grows. So my one liner would be: there is no I in team. But then again, people always say, but there is definitely an I right in the middle in winning. So if you want to win, there has to be an I, but there is no I in team.
A great answer for us to learn that what is actually. So my next question to you is, what lesson from your time at like Pakistan cosmetic products shaped the CEO you are today?
I have had, I would say, was my most wonderful, amazing experience. I worked with so many companies, individuals, and because I was involved in processing as well, and I was involved in everything. I mean, marketing, sales, management, even operations. But yeah, I guess though it was a wonderful experience. My best experience, I think the main thing to learn is how untrustworthy everybody in Pakistan is. I think that's one of the best things that I learned. And to design systems only to verify things is what is required. But Pakistanis are, I mean, generally not Pakistanis, anybody, agar koi bhi dhoka dena chahe, so, one makes up ways to fool the system. Like we did with Facebook. Facebook said no 12-year-old can open an account, so we just take a picture with our dad and make that our profile picture. We come up with jugards. So generally, Pakistanis are very good in jugards and in going around the rules. So that is one of the challenges I always faced. Not so much so from people outside, but as much as from people within. Because literally, when you are working, Joe, if there are people who, as a nation, if it's accepted to be deceptive, to be non-truthful, then it becomes very difficult for any, because most of the time all you're trying to do is everybody is working for their own intention. They're not genuine. So that was my biggest challenge, which remains. Mostly it is with family and certain amounts of people who are just generally not genuineness. I think that's what was lacking. So that was my amazing experience. Not that this is something which was happening in Pakistan, but it's something which happens globally. But there are so many people out there who are genuine. And then I realized that just because you have a bad experience with a handful of people, regardless of who they are, could be teachers, could be family, could be people who you admire, irrespective of that, who they are, there are, just because they are doing something does not mean that is right, and you are wrong in pointing them out. That the world is out there full of good, genuine, amazing people who wish growth for everybody. So I was very happy to learn that lesson in my business experience.
For your great answers. So my next question is to you is, in this today's world, how can businesses balance profit with purpose?
So, profit and purpose, I think both. I guess the purpose of businesses is to create profit, right? This is how you will grow. Because for anything, you need to keep feeding it, right? Even for a tree or a plant to grow, you need to keep giving it water. So, without water, the thing will die and wither off. So, you need to, whatever it is you do, has to make sure has growth, has profit, so it can be sustainable, it can grow. Um, and the purpose of every business, I think, should be profit has to be an objective, a method of measuring it. But there should be more than that. It should just not be to make money, because you can make money in anything. There is nothing that you do in which you cannot make money. If you look, if that is it has to be one of the objectives. But the service of that business is I think the main thing. If it's education, like every, right, even education is a business, healthcare is a business. There is nothing in everything that you're doing. You're wearing the clothes you're wearing, the headphones, the t-shirt, the food that you eat, everything is being sold, bought. There is a business in there, in everything. So there is money to be made, and money is important to live. So it's just a matter of whatever your passion you find, and then figure out a way to make money in that. I think passion is more important than just profiteering. Silent, 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 silent. Dude, you're off. Yeah. अभी भी- Yeah, I'm not getting you. Nishta. Quella carauda. लॉक हो गया, आवाज ही लॉक हो गई. बैकग्राउंड में गैलेक्सी घूम रही है, आवाज ही नहीं आ रही, वो गैलेक्सी में जा रही है. द स्पेस में देयर इज नो साउंड, राइट? यू नो दिस. देयर इज नो साउंड इन स्पेस, so maybe that's why it's happening. And all the explosions and everything you see in movies or making sound is all fake, because science wise there is no sound in space. There we go. There we go. आ गया वापस जी भाई.
Sir, so मेरा next question है like
Allah, I'm such a lazy guy. I like no work. तुम काम करो ना. Of course. So if you ask me, smart work is hard work, because uh, so shortcuts, which is what we all packies, we love it. Shortcut bata do. Copy paste kar lo. So no, smart is not hard. Smart work with hard work, because dumb work with hard work is गधे के ऊपर सामान डालो, वो पूरी जिंदगी गधा ही बना रहता है. So and he's doing hard work. The smart work is वो जो गधे के ऊपर वो पहिए लगा के और फिर चीजें is using that and using technology to use whatever tools they have and make the best of it. तो वो जो गधा चला रहा है, समझदार, smart work तो वो कर रहा है, but he sitting on the gada has to do it also for 12 hours. So the hard work remains with smart work. So yes, smart, work hard. There's no nothing. If you want to work, if you don't want to, so being lazy, which we tend to all be, makes you flabby, right? Even your body, if you don't exercise, you don't walk around, to mote ho jate hain. It's unhealthy to the creation of man, I think, is to do activity, is to be active and do things. So smart and hard, it would be a combo.
so my next question to you is that like what like क्या vocab करना चाहेंगे from your life that would inspire us?
Kya inspire? I didn't understand the question. आवाज नहीं था. हाँ.
सर अब आ रही है? अब आ रही है बस.
हाँ, आ रही है.
बस
what is your,
मैं कहता कि लाइक आपकी
हाँ,
आपकी लाइफ का वो क्या मोमेंट है जो लाइक हम लोग जैसे यंगस्टर को इंस्पायर कर सकते हैं?
200 साल के आदमी को क्या पता कि यंगस्टर कैसे इंस्पायर होंगे। अब तुम हो सलमान खान इन द मेकिंग, मैं तो पुराना 1800s का आदमी हूँ, मुझे क्या पता कैसे तुम इंस्पायर होगे। एक चीज तो मुझे पता है, हर पाकिस्तानी को एक इंस्पिरेशन तो है, हमें किसी तरह हम बाहर चले जाएं। सो आई डोंट नो हाउ एनीथिंग टू इंस्पायर। मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ, communication skills, absolutely. If you want to be noticed, if you have something of value to give, so you should be able to communicate that to someone else, right? That is when you will attract or be of use to someone else. So I think uh, good communication skills is something which I personally am inspired by watching bachas like you. If what inspires me is seeing these little kids sitting in Jhelum, communicating in English, has exposure to international world, is having making these incredible galaxy backgrounds while we are live talking. So all this stuff, you see, I don't know. To me, this is inspiring. So, what inspires you, little young people? I have no idea. I think money, of course, is the main inspiration. Everybody wants to have big cars, have the travel, and to do the traveling, have the big cars, all that. I'm sure that's an inspiration, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good thing. But I don't know. I don't know what inspires other people. I get inspired by people who change their circumstances despite their difficulties, in spite of whatever it is, are not afraid to make the changes to go against the system. So I hope that, I think support, once you get good support, there is room for growth for everyone.
So I would like to say a thing about you, that you are young,
हाय
not
हाय
a like old
हाय हाय,
person. Then
मक्खन
how
मस्का
you can
लगा रहा
speak
है,
English
मस्का
fluently?
लगा। मैं थोड़ी वीजा दे सकता हूँ तेरे को जो खामखा
मक्खन नहीं,
मक्खन लगा रहा है।
नहीं नहीं, ये तो बात नहीं, आप इतनी अच्छी इंग्लिश बोल रहे हैं इतना। लाइक आप 50 प्लस से कौन बोलते हैं इंग्लिश, मुझे बताए, बता दे किसी बंदे का
मेरी
नाम।
जान,
मैं
अंग्रेज
मान
इंग्लिश ही
जाऊंगा,
बोलेगा
मैं नहीं
ना।
मानता।
I so the school, when I was born, I spoke zero languages. Until I was 5, I only understood the language my mama spoke to me. It is when I went to school where the medium of communication over there was English. Therefore, I learned. इसलिए मैं English. So it's nothing to do, and it's not it's dude, English is relatively easier. Like Mandarin, Japanese, Arabic, I think these are tougher languages to learn than English. English is, generally speaking, it's not an extremely difficult language. All languages are difficult to understand, but English is not a very difficult language. So it's not, but yes, because we colonized people, Pakistanis, British Empire ruled all of us, spoke English, so we believe English is the universal language of. So that's not true. English does happen to be the most. Halaki, I believe there's a tie between English and Mandarin, because there are so many Chinese people speaking Mandarin. That's why that's also one of the biggest popular languages. But English is one of the universal languages of communication. That's why I think it's very important, and that's why I insist. I also insisted in Rehan School that they use that they focus on English communication skills. Besides other languages, English I think should be a major focus. तो मेरा तो सिर्फ यही है। और बुड्ढा तो मैं हूँ मियाँ, वो तो रेहान साहब इज 3 years younger than me. हाँ, तो तेरी मोहब्बत है, तो
वैसे
भाई तू तो है ही सलमान खान, तो हमें तो अभी तक सलमान तो आज तक भाई है, सलमान खान अभी तक जवान लगता है, तो वो मोहब्बत है। हालांकि सलमान मुझसे भी बड़े हैं।
आपसे बड़े तो लगते रह गए, 51 52
सलमान,
इतने ही है। यस,
if I'm not
इतने लगते हैं मुझे
mistaken,
तो।
Salman Khan, Amir Khan, and Shah Rukh Khan are three Khan brothers, and even Saif Ali Khan. I think they're all born in the 60s, 1960s. याद है 1960s Beatles, Beatles का, तो वो खैर
यस यस।
पुराना जमाना। हाँ, तो वो 60s के लोग हैं। मैं 70s का बच्चा हूँ, वो 60s के बच्चे हैं। वो लोग काला कोला लगाते हैं ना, वो लोग जवान है, हमारे तो बाल ही नहीं है काला कोला लगाने के लिए.
सर वैसे मैंने अपने फादर से थोड़ी बहुत स्पेनिश सीखी, सीख रहा हूँ डेवलपमेंट. मेरे फादर क्योंकि स्पेन में रहे हुए, तुर्की में रहे हुए, तो उनको थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस है, तो थोड़ा स्पेनिश सीखते हैं उससे.
वही.
मेरे फादर को अच्छी स्पेनिश आती है, तो मैं उनसे.
Excellent. There is a, I believe there is a student from Argentina or somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. Called Luciano. He's an online student. So if you're interested in, Acha, the guy is, for him English is a second language. So he's not very good in communication with English. He still does it, makes an effort. So you should please like join, add, subscribe him so you can tell us, learn Spanish, and then you can translate for us. Amazing guy, Luciano. Definitely look him up. He must be in that whole Rehan School system somewhere.
What is his name?
Luciano. Luciano. Luciano, and then something I don't remember last name. And I don't know Wala Pala Tala Kala kya hai, but Lucian, there won't be too many in Rehan School world, so I'm sure you'll find them.
Sir, my last question to you. Any advice for like my audience better and they could apply in their life?
I think the advice that I give to everybody, whoever, whenever I speak to any of these people, is of course is the same, and as boring as it sounds, it's to be of course persistent. That means lage raho, piche pade raho, don't give up. And the second advice is to be truthful, to be as honest as you possibly can in your work and remain dedicated. I believe, yes, it might be a little more difficult, but I have no question that is the correct path to success. There are shortcuts using deception, lying, doing whatnot. Um, I don't think that is the right way to go about success, because if you are if once you get used to deceiving, and a human being becomes comfortable with deceiving another person, it becomes part of your core anatomy, and it's an extremely dirty, disgusting attribute to have, which is unfortunately too common in Pakistan. And it's about anything. Even small lies are so common in Pakistan, generally speaking, and we are not uncomfortable with it. So my biggest issue, I think, is just that, is not to remove deception, but for people to understand that deception is not an acceptable thing. We feel it's okay to be deceptive. I don't think it is an acceptable thing. I think we need to change that concept personally. So what ye lage raho, piche pade raho. Success is something nobody knows the future. It is unwritten. So go ahead and write your own future. You can do it by being truthful as well.
So thank you everyone. This was our interview with an amazing